If you're considering doing a first 200-kilometer brevet, then I'm assuming that as a rider, you've reached a stage where you've done some long rides like 70, 80 kilometers, maybe even century rides or 100-kilometer, 120-kilometer rides, and you're looking for your next big challenge. Now, the brevets, you need to understand, are self-supported rides. So here are 5 essentials that will help you complete your brevet, your first 200-kilometer brevet successfully, and also help you enjoy while you're completing them. Now, like I told you, that the brevets are self-supported, so you need to plan and prepare in a way that that you need to assume that the organizing club will not have any basic support. If they do, great. Which a lot of clubs, by the way, a lot of organizing clubs I've seen have provided basic nutrition, water, sometimes even good meal for the riders. However, just go prepared for all contingencies, right? You need to be supporting yourself in the brevet. That's the whole challenge about this. So the first essential that comes to my mind is your nutrition and your hydration, right? So let's start with hydration. One of the things that has helped me is I never let my water bottle go to near empty. 200 kilometers is not a joke, so make sure that whenever your bottles are half, find a place where you can refill them. Do not reach a point where you're near empty and then you're out there on the highway looking out for water, right? So it's a very scary situation. So I just make sure that my water bottles are always full, so that I never run out of water at least. When it comes to nutrition, one of the things that I love is bananas. I also love dates, so I carry a few with me because I know things like Snicker bars or some of those chocolates and biscuits sometimes leave a very bad aftertaste. It leaves my mouth very dry, leaves my throat very dry, so I don't really like that feeling. But bananas and dates don't do that, and they are immediate energy. They digest very quickly, and of course they do not leave the bad aftertaste. So I carry a few bananas and dates, and on the way, if I get an opportunity to have some meal, maybe some rice, curd rice, pulao, any of those local cafes or restaurants that you might find, nothing like it. Great, they always work. Sandwiches also, so I'm sure on the highways, some of the highways, you will find some cafe coffee days. So if you have an opportunity, grab a sandwich. Make sure that you're not eating heavy food. Have a light meal, but ensure that you fill up your tummy. That will last you for a few kilometers as you try and complete your brevet. So that's about hydration and nutrition. In terms of the distance, so 200 kilometers can be quite intimidating. So don't look at 200 kilometers while you're riding. Look at breaking that into smaller milestones, right? 40, 50 kilometers. Those smaller milestones, smaller wins will go a long way in helping you completing your 200 kilometers. So I always break them down, time and distance, and make sure that I'm trying to meet that time bracket. So that's how, now even your breaks, I'm sure we all love to take breaks. So do take breaks, they're very important, but when you break, not for too long, right? 5, maybe 10 minutes, 8 minutes. But while you're taking a break, make sure that you do some amount of stretching so that your muscles don't cool down quickly. So some stretching, relax a little bit, enjoy if there is a good view outside, just enjoy that moment, 5 to 8 minutes, make sure that you get back on your bike and start riding. Too long a break and then that's it, your mind starts playing tricks with you. So too long, I don't recommend. Now in terms of the distance, one of the things that I like doing is I like understanding my route. So the organizing club will give you a cue card which will have important milestones and turns that you need to take. So that is something. So during the breaks, what I do is I open my cue card and see when is my next turn. That's going to be very important because you don't want to be taking a wrong turn and then realizing, oops, you need to go back 10, 15, 20 kilometers, maybe even longer. You've lost that much time, and of course you have to put that much more effort to get that distance back. And mentally, it's just not a good scene to be in. So make sure that you study your the cue sheet that you will get, right? I like doing that. I make sure that I don't miss a turn, right? So that's important. One of the other things that I do is while riding, I try and tag team with another rider, right? It just mentally is very important for me that I'm riding with somebody or I have some rider in my vicinity that I can pace with. For some people it doesn't work, they like riding alone. However it works, that's something that I keep in mind while I'm trying to cover that distance. Okay, the third essential is your mental state. Remember that the brevet is not a race. You're not racing against the other riders. So if you see some rider overtaking you, don't be like, oh my god, okay, I need to, buck up. No, it's not a race. You know your own pace, you've done some riding, you know you have some experience, so count on that, right? It really will help you, because if you start trying to keep up with another rider, you might end up losing a lot of energy. Now if you can do that, great, but what I do is I don't let that take control, right? If I see another rider overtaking, it's fine. I know my pace, I know my plan. The important thing is you complete this endurance challenge. 200 kilometers in itself is a big challenge, so focus on that, right? That should be your mental state. Your fourth essential is your machine, is your cycle. Now it has to be very well serviced, right? Make sure that your brakes are working fine, it has been cleaned and lubricated well, so all components, all your gears and shifters are all working fine. You do not want a mechanical malfunction when you're trying to complete a big challenge like a 200-kilometer ride. So make sure that your bike is well serviced. Make sure that your tire pressure is up there, right? Whatever recommended tire pressure is there, make sure that your tires are always full. What it'll do is at least it'll help you not get pinch flats, right? It'll go a long way in not getting pinch flats. Now, if you do get a flat, make sure that you have done some amount of practice or have understood how do you fix a flat, because if you don't know, then it might not just be the best place to be in, right? So just do some basics. Your local bike shops will help you understand how do you fix flats. You'll find a lot of other YouTube videos. I will also try and put up a video on how to fix flats, but otherwise just do your basic homework on fixing flats, and that'll help you not get stuck on the road and keep moving forward. The fifth essential that you will need to keep in mind is have fun. 200 kilometers, I've been telling you, is not a joke, but at the same time you should know that you should feel proud that you've attempted it, and completing it will require that you have a lot of fun doing it. Enjoy the views, the highway, the joy of riding cycles, right? You're going to be spending 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 hours on the cycle, so just enjoy that, right? Enjoy why you cycle in the first place. You know, get those things in your mind. That is my fifth tip that has helped me. I enjoy cycling, I love cycling, and the fact that I'm on the cycle riding for 13 hours, there's no better feeling than that. So if you have that, then I'm sure that you should be able to complete your first brevet. Let's do a quick recap. First, make sure that your nutrition and hydration is taken care of. Carry a few bananas and dates with you. Stop at a place where you can get some food, meal, fill up your tummy. Light food will always work. Keep your water bottles always full. Second, distance. Plan regular breaks. Smaller milestones will always help, will go a long way. Study your route. Make sure that you don't miss out on an important turn. Your third essential is your mental state. It's not a race. It's just a challenge. You need to complete it. Everybody gets equal credibility if you complete it, right? So that's important, and especially if it's your first brevet. Your fourth essential is your bike. Make sure your cycles or your bike, whatever you call it, are well taken care of. They're well serviced, washed, clean, lubricated. You know how to fix a flat. Your air pressure is always to the optimum levels. So those should take care of your bike, and you should be able to complete it comfortably. And the fifth most important one, please have fun while you're doing it. See you out there. All the best.